The day has finally arrived, and the Chosen team has given us the official teaser trailer for The Chosen Season 4. Today, I was supposed to talk about what happened during the Great Chosen Con, but now we have something more important, the teaser trailer along with the release date. Let's do a trailer breakdown and see when the new season's coming out. The teaser starts with Jesus, shot from afar. He stands on a field on his own. Then we see his face closer as his voiceover says, "It's time." I will talk about what he says later, but I just wanted to remind you that we actually saw this scene in the behind-the-scenes footage. When I first looked at it, I thought it would depict the temptation of Jesus as a flashback scene, but Jesus doesn't appear to be younger here, so I'm assuming it's just one of those scenes where he is alone and praying by himself. As for what he says, I think it means what will happen in Jerusalem is near, and it's time to talk about it with the disciples. The next scene also shows something we've seen before. Jesus is with Thaddeus and little James. Dallas and Amanda showed fans this scene while they were in Brazil, and I did a full breakdown of what was going on in this scene in a separate video. Go check it out if you're curious. But briefly, they talk about how they will no longer stay in Capernaum and leave for Jerusalem soon. The following scene in the trailer is pretty interesting as we see Jesus and his followers encountering Roman soldiers. This immediately reminded me of Matthew 5:41, where Jesus tells his followers, "And whoever compels you to go 1 mile, go with him 2. Under Roman occupation, a soldier could force Jewish people to carry his pack for only 1 mile. No one could dare to go even 1 centimeter more, but Jesus commands his followers to go 1 extra mile. I'm guessing this is what happens here. Another scene shows the Pharisees speaking during a council meeting. Then, another familiar scene appears in the teaser. Herod's stepdaughter dances during Herod's birthday banquet. We saw this again during a BTS video. The next scene also makes me appreciate the amount of BTS the Chosen insiders put out during filming, because here, Jesus talks to the people about the Pharisees and the wrongs they have committed against the poor. In the following one, Matthew takes notes as Jesus performs a miracle while holding someone's face. We'll see another angle in a few seconds. Now, the next scenes are the most interesting. The disciples seem to be worried as they are enclosed in a house. I remember seeing Big James with blood on his face in one BTS video. Then, he and all the other disciples were running toward a river. So I'm guessing they were attacked and then ran away through the river. That's why they're all wet in this scene in the teaser. Then, we see John the Baptist, most likely walking to his execution. As various BTS videos pointed out, we knew this season would include his death scene. It's going to be so emotional. I can feel it. Then we see Joanna, who was introduced in Season 3. An upper-class woman whose husband works for Herod. I'm sure she'll play a significant part in the John the Baptist scenes this season. I can't bear to look at what follows in the trailer. Jesus is crying. I'm moving to the next scene. Mary is in front of a tomb. We already know that Lazarus will be a big part of Season 4. There's more about this in the other scenes of the trailer. Jesus and his followers are on the road. Where are they going? To Jerusalem, I'm guessing. Then, we see more celebrations taking place in Herod's banquet. Herod himself makes an appearance for the first time. His face is as sinister as someone could get. Next is a scene I knew would happen in one way or another. Judas is holding a bag of coins all by himself, and he takes it and puts it in his pocket. It looks like we will finally see the real Judas this season. I wonder if his friends will take any notice. Then, there's more Jesus. And finally, the man of the hour, Lazarus, sits at home, holding a piece of cloth. The white cloth in his hands makes me think this is after the resurrection, and the cloth is what he wore in the grave. We'll see. A scary action scene, which I didn't think we would see in Season 4, comes around in the trailer. Big James is holding a knife and is running towards someone in anger while John is trying to hold him back. Perhaps this is where the disciples get attacked, as we will see him drenched in blood, and here he is trying to defend himself and his friends. Another scene shows a Roman who is burning letters. It could be Quintus or Gaius. I can't tell. There's also a scene showing Shmuel pretty quickly. One of the most critical scenes of Season 4 appears in this teaser trailer. Jesus raises a hand in front of the tomb of Lazarus. Behind him are Mary and Martha in mourning clothes and the disciples. We also have Zebedee, Andrew, and Simon the Zealot standing together on the road, probably. I don't know what this scene is really about. We then see more about Jesus' miraculous healing of a man with mud. We see the surprise on the man's face and Jesus' sentimental expression. The following shots show Jesus and his followers walking out of a temple. Herod's stepdaughter practices her dance moves. John and Andrew are arm wrestling. Jesus is crying again. In a previous video, I talked about my theory. I think this will be right after Jesus learns about the death of John the Baptist. Jesus and the others are at a table, laughing. Mary and Tamar make a quick appearance, too. We see the face of Jesus up close, and other people are behind him. The next shot also shows the disciples in front of a crowd, which makes me think it's from the same scene where Jesus talks against the Pharisees. Here, the followers are celebrating with instruments. I guess arm wrestling, and this happened during the same celebrations. Here is probably Joanna in a carriage. She may be rushing to tell Jesus about John's death. I might be reaching out, but I'm not sure. Then, Thomas is on the ground. I don't know doing what. I can't see who's next to him, so there isn't any context for me to theorize about what's happening. In a quick shot, the followers are running through the river. I already talked about this. Jesus opens the curtains in the house. After that, an exciting scene shows up where a younger version of John the Baptist breaks off his chains in the middle of a field. This is intriguing because it might be a symbolic dream sequence where John removes his shackles after his death. So this might not be real at all. The trailer ends with Thomas lighting a candle and Jesus says, "The story is nearing its end." This is strange because there are still 3 more seasons after season 4. I'm guessing Jesus is trying to prepare his followers for what's to come. Now that we have discussed the trailer in detail, it's time to mention the release date. The teaser says the new season will be in theaters in February. And yes, all of the episodes will premiere in theaters first. But what about the release on the Chosen app and website? Well, you have to wait a little more. It's not difficult to guess the season will remain in theaters for a few weeks, so episodes should air for free starting in March 2024. That's all I have to say about this trailer and season 4. Thanks Dallas and the Chosen team for this incredible teaser. I hope everyone enjoyed it as much as I did. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to next season for more videos like this. See you soon.